time. Extra lit, extra lit, extra lit. Big Cali world all the time. Extra lit, extra lit, extra lit.
It's the man with the plan. I ain't Clark Kent, but some of the ladies do call me Superman. It's your boy, Big Cali. We here feeling good, feeling great as usual. Coming with another one. Actually, this is the inaugural episode, season 2 of Big Cali World. We were on a hiatus for a minute, like most people in the world with COVID and all that. So I had to come back, and I was like, look, if I'm gonna have someone come back, I have to have someone, one, that I actually really, really fuck with, and I actually consider a mentor, consider someone that's like a colleague of mine, someone I like look up to, man. Like literally, if Get It Out the Mud was in the dictionary, this nigga's name would be by it. Like I've seen his growth over the years. I've seen what he's done. I can give him a longer, greater intro, but I'm gonna just keep it real, man. That's my boy Rob, production Rob, fucking CEO, producer, director, editor, whatever you need, he do, man. Welcome to the Cali World, man. How you doing, player?
What's going on, bro, man? It's nice to be here. This is a nice setup you got here, bro.
I appreciate it. This is, man, shout out Productive Culture, shout out Knockhouse, LA. You know what it is, man. It's a long time coming, but we here now, man.
Facts.
Bro, I've been seeing you, though, talking about me. Like, bro, you were fucking at the crypto. Like, you there like every other week, like doing some shit, bro? Man. I saw you up the street doing some shit, man. What's up, man? Talk about that. Like, if you can, or like what? Like,
nah, we can talk about it. It's over now. But so I took the team up there and we did a little collab with Brunch to Bomb, or We To Bomb as they go by.
Okay.
And we basically did all the content, production land. So they had a concert, we filmed that. They had interviews on the carpet, we filmed that.
Damn.
Had photographers out there, took the whole team out there and
bro,
just had a good time.
While I'm doing other shows, what's your day look like, bro?
My days?
Like, what's like your average work day? Because it's like, I don't know how, because if people don't know, you produce, I know I'm going to jumping around a little bit, but you got West Coast, Confidential, Live and Unplugged, you got A Seat at the Table, the new show. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Like, that's just 3 right there. Then it's like, I'm sure it's like 7 more that I'm not even knowing about, bro.
Man, listen, man. We're blessed over here. You feel me? Like,
that's beautiful, man.
We just work. We just keep it going. Like, it's been a long road. We've been at this for probably like 7 years now. So it's like everything that everybody's seeing right now, it's like it's a product of like 7 years of work. You feel me? Like 7 years ago,
like talk about that, man. Like where, like if we'll just like whatever you like. 'Cause 7 years, like that's what I'm saying, out the mud, bro. Niggas ain't knowing, bro.
So 7 years ago, me, MJ, and Easy, we started a podcast called What We Talking About Radio. And
I remember what we talking about,
yeah.
That's how we used to talk on IG and shit like that.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
So we popped out with that 7 years ago, just three homies.
Y'all was just like chilling one day, like, yeah, we gonna do a pod, bro.
Well,
like,
because it really came from, I was interning with Homegrown Radio back in like 2013. I did that for like 2 years, and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna do one for me and my homies. Like, because the way I looked at it, it was like, we from like the outer skirts, like the IE,
Where are you from, actually? Like, where?
I'm from everywhere, bro.
Right.
Because I lived all over. Like, I've lived in Temecula, like all before 18. I lived in LA, Compton, Cerritos, Temecula, San Bernardino,
you
and
are
Adelanto.
A SoCal baby to the core.
You feel me? Like, I've been everywhere. Like, at this point in LA County, more than 100 people know me. Riverside County, more than 100 people know me. San Bernardino County, more than 100 people know me. So I just be like, I'm from everywhere at this point.
Right.
I don't get into the politics of like, you didn't graduate from high school in LA.
Yo, niggas really be on that shit, bro.
Like, yeah, I graduated high school up in Victorville. So that's where I met MJ and my boy Easy. And then, so I was commuting for an intern from Victorville all the way to Signal Hill. Every Thursday.
Wait, slow down. Wait, I'm not gonna just let you just breeze by that, bro. If niggas know, Victorville is, for people that don't know, it's like probably 40 minutes north of the 15 freeway from like.
Yeah. Once you get to like Rancho, you still got another 40 minutes.
Yeah. So Victorville to Signal Hill is like
Every
damn
Thursday.
near past Long Beach. Like
every Thursday night. Not to get on the mic, not to get in front of the camera, just to learn, bro. Just to learn and just to be in the room.
Who were you learning under?
So that's when I was interning for Homegrown Radio with Chuck Dizzle and DJ Head before they was on the radio.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
How did that, how did you even get an internship with them?
Well, you know, a little nepotism. You know, DJ Head is my big cousin, so
got you. Okay.
He just told me pull up. I told him like, yeah, you know, I want to be like Steve Harvey and Tyler Perry, you know, all them niggas.
Right. I love those two references, by the way, of all people. That's great.
And so from there, he was like, oh yeah, we'll pull up. So pulled up, and that was just me being able to like just see that like it's possible. You feel me? It made it like tangible. Like even though like they weren't where they probably wanted to be yet, it was still like damn. Like,
they were still growing because right now, I mean, Chuck Dizzle and DJ Head is like,
real
when you think West Coast, I don't want to say gatekeepers because I hate that term, but you ain't really like getting on or popping off if you a real artist like without fucking with them.
Exactly.
For sure. So that's seeing their come up too. Like that had to be inspiring in that self too.
Yeah, man. It was just like I said. It was just something that was in front of me that made it believable. Made the dream and the work and knowing that you got to put all this work in just believable.
What was your typical intern days like back then? Like, what would they
what
would they be making you do? Like, because niggas don't even know. They think you just literally started doing popping up shows, started knowing the industry.
This is the thing. Like, I don't have no like crazy intern stories like other people be like. They never made me go get no coffee.
You never had to walk for cheesecake.
They never. Never. They never made me walk nowhere.
I respect that.
You feel me? So like, I've never had to do no crazy shit. It's like. Really, I was just there. I learned the board. You feel me? And I was just soaking up the game. Like I was riding around in the back seat, with Head and Silas, just watching. That's watching a salute everything.
That's a salute to you. Salute to them too, because a lot of people in those positions take advantage of situations like that, and you hear these horror stories of like, oh, I did this. I used to have to do this, or I had to do this. Like you're like, nah, bro, I was working. Like I literally was just learning. The game,
learning the game, bro. Like they good people.
Were you in school at the time?
No.
High school, kind of like what time in your life was
at
this?
that time I was like 22.
Got you.
I was like 22 or like 21, somewhere in there, and you know, we're just figuring it out. Didn't really know where I was going in life. I was just a regular 21-year-old. You feel me?
I was the same way right when I like left Clark, because I went to Clark, but I went to RCC and then San Bernardino Valley College right after high school, and I was just fucking around, like hella faded, hella partying, functioning, doing that whole shit, and then literally right after that, I was like, hey man, I got to do something, man. I'm really just gonna be in the murder, like just chilling, like all day long, like.
And that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. You feel me? Like. You being from like the murder and like being from like Victorville, you know, it's easy to just get stuck and just be there because it's a small town. So you got like small town syndrome and just be like, you know,
I'm just small town syndromes for sure.
Yeah, like I'm gonna just, you know, the status quo is, you know, we graduate, we go fuck around at the community colleges, and then, you know, we have a family or just, you know, do whatever it is.
And nothing's wrong with that.
Nothing's wrong with that.
It's just, that wasn't our calling. That wasn't our particular calling. That wasn't our role. Cause man, I had to dip. So you even interned doing that. Would you say that was like your crossroads? Would you say that was like a crossroads or something like that?
I said
at least decision making.
Like I said, it was just being exposed to something different and being able to be like, all right, like these is like, you know, for the most part, they just like everyday dudes like me. And like they just like hip hop. They like West Coast hip hop.
Right.
They like interviewing artists. Like not anyone can do it, but if you got a passion for it, it's possible. So it's like going from that, doing that for about 2 years, 2.5 years.
Damn.
Starting the podcast with Easy, MJ, and Tyler Kimani. She's out doing her own thing now too. So
shout her out.
It's like, you know, she grew and did her thing. Everybody that started with us is off doing their own thing, and
man,
beautiful. You feel me? MJ still here rocking.
Bro,
new
MJ
show.
Has like 3 different shows too, bro.
Listen, man,
3 different shows.
We cracked the whip around here.
You know,
like
man, talking. You know, it's funny. Like, not to even bring up some pop culture shit, but everybody was like roasting Kim Kardashian because she was saying like, like, you need to get the fuck up and work and do your shit. Like, she had that
Listen.
little like clip, and everybody was like, hey man, what up? But I mean, it ain't like she was lying about it. She said it's just the source, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, as far as that goes, you know, everybody move at their own pace. You
Right.
feel me? So it's like I can't tell nobody that like they could be working. It just ain't panned out for them the way that
Right.
they wanted it to yet. So I don't never tell nobody like, oh man, you're not doing enough. Like, you feel me? You're doing as much as you can at the time.
Right.
You feel me?
So when you were doing the podcast with MJ and Easy, like, how'd you guys monopolize that into like?
So that was like our door into the LA scene. Like, from there, we met so many.
Coming from the IE.
Coming from the IE,
like,
you feel me?
Dope, yep.
So, but even then, we still had like, because it was like, we from Victorville, so it wasn't like we was like major in the IE scene either, you feel me?
True.
Like, I remember.
Victorville's way just out there, and that's, but see how I'm even using that verbiage, though?
We upstairs, you feel me?
I love it. And
You
everyone
feel me?
drives,
Like,
I love we upstairs.
You gotta come up.
You do. Everyone
gotta-
passes through there on the low. Not even on the low, on the high key.
You got to 3,000 feet up, baby.
I love
You feel
that.
me?
I
All we
love
do
it.
is we in the sky regardless.
I love it. But yeah, no. So sorry. So how'd you guys capitalize off of
So
the podcast
capitalizing-
and like actually moving towards the LA scene like that? You're
From
saying?
that, so it was just like we just start pulling up the places. We pulled up to the Vibe. Like, I remember walking in the Vibe and not knowing nobody in there. And nobody in there knew me or MJ. Nobody gave a fuck who me and MJ was. Like,
Around what year was this at the Vibe? This like circa. We can say circa. I know like
I remember like it was like when who was like performing like throwing around that time, like the Young Lads was
Got you.
performing.
Okay.
Stevie Chris was performing. So
Got
like,
you.
and you know, they all became like our good IE homies, you feel me?
No,
like,
right.
You feel me? Shout out to Jalen and, you know, LeBron and
Hey,
all the niggas.
Yes.
So like they became our good homies. But so we pull up there, then we pull up the shit in LA, just pull up. You feel me? Not like, because that's what I seen like watching during my intern. You just pull up places just for a handshake and a picture. Because at the end of the day, you get that picture, you post it on the gram. Niggas don't know that you just pulled up for that, but you pulled, like, you got it.
It's a great way to network though. Like,
It is.
but like even just learning how to talk in different situations and learning with different things. Like that's what Reem and them, I would say, especially with UTB, they put me on so much shit like as a youngin'. Cause I was just like some nigga in the murder. I don't say some nigga in the murder. I still was known. But
listen,
like,
I would hear about your parties. Like, I didn't know you, and I still heard like Big C be having the parties, and you know the ladies be all in there.
stop.
Like, that was the
great
word
times, man.
that was the word on the street. You feel
No,
me? Shout out to Cap.
Hey, shout him out, man. That was good times, man. But but I remember Reem taking me to art shows in Palm Springs, and it ain't turn, and ain't no twerking. Bunch of bad females, we all drinking, but we looking at art and we have to look at this piece, and it's just like it's big
different.
white room, 7 pictures, and the baddest females I've ever seen in my life walking around. And a bunch of people that look like they have really a lot of money, like some other kind of money where they don't even pull it out. They just say point, and then somebody comes and starts writing down information. Like that kind of dough. It's crazy. And I, like, first time seeing that and dealing with that kind of culture shock. But then at the same time, going to Bananas in Lamert. And now I'm like in the IE dealing with that. So you're right about the pull up. A lot of people don't talk about.
You pull up, and then
that's a key
people
factor.
remember that. Like,
Yeah.
you feel me? Like, I have a lot of great relationships with a lot of artists that, you know, are now like, you know, doing very well for themselves. We had a lot of their first interviews, and we pulled up to a lot of their first events.
Right.
So it's like being able to pull up, and they remember who pulls up when it was nothing. You feel me? Just like I remember who would pull up on me when it was nothing, when it was when it was no proof of concept. Like, it didn't look like what it looked like today.
Yeah.
So it's just like that bond that you build, like, of just in the communities is big. You feel me?
So important, bro. So important. Yeah, I agree 100%. I'm thinking like, yeah, all of my connects is off of me pulling up. Not paying to get in sometimes, waiting in line, not being the friend that don't hit them up. And then when I got in, they were like, bro, you waited in line? I was like, I mean, it's cool. Like, it ain't nothing. They be like, bro, nah, bro, come in the back, bro, right now. Then it's like, it's lit. No one knew I waited in line. Like, and if I did, they'd be like, this dude waited in line. Now he's
back here.
Yeah, like, what's going on? Like, who is he, you know? And then that conversation and really just being from the IE and how we even come off. I mean, even California all together though, because this goes even when we traveled and was on tour and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I mean, and I'm sure you've seen it. You're dealing with all kind of different artists and from different areas and stuff like that. Working just that mode of communication and keeping it like neutral and just knowing how to be cool. You know, the art of actually being cool, like not being a weirdo and knowing how to pull up and shit like that. That's dope, bro.
Yeah.
So the whole time you guys doing that, what was it that made you guys like, okay, we're gonna start a network now? Because that's kind of like when I kind of knew. I don't know if I'm skipping some stuff or some stuff that came in between.
It literally went what we talking about then about 2000, at the end of 2017, 2018, we was like, all right, we about to like transition into like more like on camera stuff, like where we gonna start trying to put together like shows in a sense.
Were you guys doing any kind of footage or any kind of stuff before then?
So we had started like 2016, 2017. We started playing around like having like filming the interviews, but it was just, you know, when you first building something, it's hard because, you know, we didn't have a lot of money. Nobody really, at the time, I didn't know how to shoot. I didn't know how to edit, nothing. So it was just like, you know, if we could get somebody to pull up and shoot, then it was great. But, you know, just to trying to get somebody to pull up. And then, you know, I think around like 2017 is when we met my partner, Kern.
Gotcha.
And, you know, he was like the most consistent person that would pull up on us. Like, he'll pull up and just, like, we didn't even have no money to give him. And he would pull up and, like...
Damn.
He
knew how did
that come about? So,
yeah, like that seems like it was like he just floated in like, hey, okay, I got you, bro. That sounds so lit, bro.
So you know, my boy Jalen had brought one of his artists up there to what we talking about.
Gotcha.
And he brought Kern up there. Kern took a picture of me and then sent it to me, and I wrote him back like, yo, this fire. You feel me? Like I wrote him back, said, this is fire. I posted it. Then I was like, hey, you shoot video?
Yeah.
And he was like, I mean, yeah.
Don't want to say I know, but I the same shit, bro. I dig it.
He was like, yeah, you know, I can. And from there, we just been all to the running. I think the first video that we tried to put together was like, I've always just had vision that was like too big for what we had at our time. Yeah. And like at that first video, I had bro stressed out because I was just doing too much. Because it was just like my vision is just so big. Like everything, I don't know how to do nothing like small. I don't know how to like make some smaller content that's like everything just has to be a thing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, why not? If we're gonna do it, let's do it. So it's like, you know, we started figuring that out, building our chemistry. And then we started breaking ground in 2018. We did a couple interviews.
What was those first interviews? Who did you interview?
MJ. So that's when I started transitioning off camera because that was never. I'm
about to say you're in front of the camera most of the time, like all the what we talking about radio.
But that was the plan. Like that was the plan. Like it was the door. You feel me? Like that was to get access. So I had to do it. I had to get on camera. But like I'm like, you know me, like I don't talk much. I don't have small talk.
Yeah.
I'm not a small talk nigga.
Nah.
Because it's like I just don't. So like getting on a podcast and having to sit there and like create small talk, like, you know, that was a struggle for me. So, but I did it because that's what was needed. You feel me? It's always I do what's needed.
For sure, dude.
And so when we started breaking ground, that was me being like, all right, this is something where I don't have to be on camera no more. Right. And that's when MJ started doing more things by himself on camera, which that's when he went on to, his first interview was like, we did media coverage of the DJ Heads West Coast release. That's when we met, you know, our production manager, Nay.
Dang.
We met her at that.
I love how it was like one thing led to like literally one thing was like one person. That's crazy.
Yeah.
See, I never knew this story. Even like with working with you, I didn't know how they all came together. By the time I came, it was like
it can't like
already
everybody.
Set. It was already a whole machine.
Yeah, everybody that you like see around me, like for the most part, it's been a organic way of how things just come together, and it just made sense. Like it just made sense for everybody involved. So from there, he went on to interview like Taco Mel at the YG Boogie Down.
Shout out Taco Mel and them good ass fucking burritos. And 3 meat thing. Oh my bad. Sorry.
Yeah,
I've been smoking, so I'm like,
hey,
as soon as you said
hungry,
Taco Bell, I like went there for a quick second, bro. It was that shit's flame. But anyway, yeah, sorry. So you interviewed him on.
He interviewed him. That was his second interview. Then we just went on to interview a couple more people. Then
and with all these interviews living on Breaking Ground TV network?
Yeah, so like technically they still on there. They just private now because it's not like
it's not all the way cleared.
It's not. It's clear. Like, you feel me? Like, people did it and shit, but like it ain't what we on today.
I respect that.
You feel me? So it's like I was like last year at the beginning of 2020, I was like, all right, we just gonna start fresh, and I didn't delete nothing. It's all there. Like, I still watch it from time to time.
Right.
But it's just private right now. One day we're gonna put it in like a movie or something.
I'm about to say, it's a lot of foot. I remember, like, now to back it all up, I remember when I first kind of like, one of the first interactions you brought it up to me was when you were shooting that video for Stevie.
For Stevie, yeah. That's on the YouTube too. You feel me? Like,
bro, that was rare. That was 500-pound Big Cali driving a Ford truck.
Yeah, listening to Isle of Black.
Yeah, listen to Isle of Black.
Listen to Isle of Black. Yeah.
We were vibing, bro. It was good times, man. Nah, bro. And that was like 2015?
Yeah, that was
14?
early. That was early. No, I think it was a little bit later because it was right around the time he dropped Redemption.
So it had to be 2017 then.
Yeah, somewhere between 2017 and 2018.
So is that would you say that was like the start of like the Breaking Ground TV? That was like one of the first?
That was in that first, first couple projects that we did. Once again, it was bigger. That was an idea that was bigger than what we could like bring to life. So that's why we never put it out.
I'm about to say, because you shot, for people that don't know, like you really interviewed.
I got his family.
Yeah, like all the people. You showed me the video. I was like, damn. You got it. Stevie seen it, right?
Yeah, Stevie seen it. We sent it to Stevie. His brother seen it. And we just, at the time, it was just some more stuff that we had to add to it. And we just never was able to get around to it. But
it's gonna be like that Genius documentary, that Kanye. You're just gonna keep all the footage for years and years and years, and then just when it really hits, like, look, I already got 8 hours of something. So what's up? What we really trying to do?
Exactly. You feel me? We keep everything.
And everything's documented too. Like I'll say, because even like with doing the live and unplugged stuff, and I kind of want to go a little to like, I remember you were doing like a bunch of like behind the scenes stuff, getting all that footage, MJ was doing an interview. So it's like.
Yeah, it's like we just, like for the longest, we've always just been doing stuff, like whether it was media coverage with MJ, pulling up to events. Once again, we used to use that as another vehicle to meet more artists, you feel me? Meet more artists and make more relationships. And, everything is all about relationship, all homie credit, you feel me? Like building up that homie credit with different people, because you just never know, like, you feel me? But it's not like just a one-way thing, you feel me? It's like you build up credit with them, they build up credit with you, y'all, that's how you build your community up. You feel me?
It's the only way. That's what everyone else is doing.
Exactly. So from there, from just doing those, eventually Kern taught me how to edit, and I was a person that I learned how to edit video before I learned how to actually shoot.
Because you always just took the footage of someone else doing it.
Because so it got to a point where it's like, okay, we needed this shit shot, but Kern still had stuff to do, and then we had Mars. Mars was doing film stuff for us too.
I was about to say, he's from up there too.
Yeah,
and Mars is killing it right now too. So like,
yes,
it all makes sense. Niggas just had to push. Like,
niggas just had to push. You feel me? And so I had to learn how to edit just so that we can like keep up with like everybody that's doing content. You feel me? It was just a matter of just keeping up. And, that was the great thing. Like, Kern was a real one for that. Because, like, he could have just kept taking my money. At that point,
Facts.
Like, he could have just been taking my money. Like, yeah, I edit this shit. But
I could teach you how to do this shit.
It's like, you feel me? You can give your mans a fish every day, or you could teach him how to fish.
Facts.
My nigga taught me how to fish.
Right. A lot of people ain't doing that.
You feel me? So,
most people ain't doing that, because then that's
taking money.
Technically taking money for like in a way. It's like when people be like, can you teach me how to DJ? I'm like, yeah, I'll teach you. But the thing about DJing is like, I could teach you the technique, but to be nice, like that takes years and shit. I can't. teach you so.
me?
He can literally teach you how to edit, but his edits is it takes years to get that. So even him opening up that portal to you, that opens up a whole different stream of everything, convenience, money, creativity, like whatever you need out of there, because you can still edit. If it all with the shit, you can still edit everyone's shit. Yeah. Because you have that, man. That's a blessing, bro.
So, sometimes we have little jokes where he'd be like, I should have just kept taking your money, bro. But, everything, it's just because we just do so much now, you feel me? But that's what we wanted. Like, we wanted more. Like, we wanted to strive for more. So where was I? Yeah, that leads us to, 2019. I think 2019 was the last year we did October 2019 was the last year, the last podcast we did for What We Talking About Radio. Mm-hmm. And after that, it was kind of just like, we was kind of burnt out. We was just kind of burnt out on it. Like, you feel me? Like,
where it was, what you talking about radio? Were you filming that and were you putting that out on streaming?
Yeah, so yeah, that's still up. Like, y'all can still go type in What We Talking About Radio. No G and talking.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's my thing.
Yeah, just talking.
I leave off the G's. We silent.
Stop. So
I leave those off.
I love it.
You can still go see those if y'all want to go watch those.
Nah, niggas gonna watch those and pull up. Like, trust me. A lot of people listen to this podcast, they like researchers, bro. Like, a lot of people just be deep in. They'll hit me like, hey, yo, that podcast y'all was talking about with us is tight though. So when we talk about radio, the older, because you're not doing those no more at all, right? You didn't, because you didn't.
I don't like talking to niggas.
That's why I'm happy you even on this. This is so tight.
I don't like it. Just so it was just not my thing. Like, I'd rather produce the shit. I'd rather direct the shit at this point.
Right.
So me personally, I don't plan on ever starting up another podcast.
Just with you and
just with me. Nah,
bro. But you know what's crazy? I talk to you all the time, and you will talk for damn near hours. Whatever it is. But then you're like, yeah, I don't really like talking. I don't really with that.
It's like, I don't like, if you like. So you see me and MJ go out, right?
Yes.
MJ is the one that goes out and talks to everyone. I only talk to the people that I like. I'm a person that is like, I talk to the people that I like. I can have great conversation with people that I know and fuck with. If I don't really know you like that, then it's like, I'm not really gonna have that much to say. Like, we can talk and be like, yeah, we gonna get up and talk some business later on or something like that. Yeah. But just digging deep into a conversation just ain't my thing, because for me, it's like a lot of the small talk kind of thing is like, you're acting like you care about what I got going on.
They really don't.
And I know you don't, because you don't know me.
Right.
So it's like, and the same goes for me.
I just start having to learn to do that. Honestly, just like me personally, because you know how I am. I'm one of them, I'll talk to a freaking homeless person for an hour and a half. I don't really care. But I'm one of them people that's real susceptible to a lot of people's energy. Mm-hmm. I soak it in. It don't matter. If you're having a bad day, if I'm sitting with you long enough, I'm going to start thinking about everything wrong with me and stuff like that. So me personally, just to protect my energy, to protect my car, I have to almost learn. That's why moving to LA, moving out here when I was moving to Hollywood, I don't want to say by myself, because I have homies out here. I have family and shit like that. But for the most part, I'm grinding. So learning that seclusion from being Big Cali and fucking IE, where I was always outside everybody. I had 40 of my homies with me. We go deep everywhere. It's like, nah, you got to pull up by yourself sometimes and do that. Just because I have to, or if I do go out, it has to be networking. It has to be something progressive.
Exactly.
Going in it, because I will take all energy, so I can only afford to take energy that's actually benefiting me outside of this initial conversation.
Exactly.
But that took so long to get to. So many different. I mean, that's why I'm saying
for me, it took me the harder part was just being more open to speaking to more people, because it's like my siblings are all 8 and 10 years older than me. So it was I kind of grew up like an only child. Right. So I spent a lot of time by myself. You feel me? My closest cousins in age are mostly 8 years behind me.
Got you.
So it's 7 and 8 years in front of me, 8 years behind me. I spent a lot of time by myself and then moving around a lot. So I naturally just became a person that's more to himself. You feel me? So it's but of course with my people,
you're up.
You feel me? Y'all see, if you know me, you know that I'm kind of funny. You feel me?
Nigga,
So like,
hey, you're so funny right now. He's out kind of funny. Like, nigga, you be having us dying, bro.
listen, man, it's not for like,
But you're not
it's
a
not for
comedian.
everybody.
Yes,
It's like,
you're
feel
not an
me? Like,
entertainer. You're not, hey, I'm Rob, I'm about to be funny. Like, I literally go into places sometimes knowing I gotta be kind of funny. Like, I gotta be the kind of light in this situation. You can literally go in there, you don't have to say no one's expecting it. If I go into most situations like quiet, and I say nothing, they go like, oh,
What's
something's
wrong?
wrong with Cali, bro. Something's wrong. Like, he fucking bad. I don't know, he ain't got no weed. What's going on? What's wrong with this nigga? Like, something wrong. So I don't know, man. But anyway, like, to kind of bring it back to the new beginning of Breaking Ground TV, when you was Live and Unplugged the first show on there, or was there any other shows that you were like when the rebirth or the new installment of Breaking Ground TV where you changed to all these wet ass shots and visuals that you shooting now?
So it was like, you know, there was the show where MJ was just pulling up on people, and we just called it Breaking Ground TV. We didn't really say have a name for it, and then, you know, we had the homegirl Deanna. She had a show. She did a couple episodes of a show called like Purpose versus Culture. And, you know, we played around with that for a little while. It was just like nothing. It was like, it wasn't bad, but it just wasn't what I envisioned for shit to look like just yet. And I think Kern feels the same way, because like that's been my partner with like all of these shows since Breaking Ground started.
Yeah. And shout out Kern too. He in the building right here, man. I don't want to talk like he's not here, though. That's my man's.
Yeah. Bro. So, you know, so then like, you know, the end of 20, what was that? Is that 2020? Yeah, 2020 came. So 2019 was probably like the worst year of my life and shit. Like just so much real shit going on. Like, and then like 2020, I was kind of like rebounded from everything.
What was going on in 2019?
I was like, I didn't have a job. Damn. You feel me? I didn't have a job. Other shit was popping off, you know, and it was just
go into that.
Yeah.
I can tell the way your tone went down. You're like, shit, you know, like shit was real.
Yeah, it was just real.
You here? Don't worry about it. we talking about it in 2022, so it worked out.
Yeah, all that shit, you know, by like 2020, I was just trying to like put things back together. So we wasn't really doing no content. I think the last little content we did, we had pulled up. It was like right before the pandemic hit too. Like they shut it down. We pulled up to the Homie League show. Once again, just pulling up.
Right.
And they had a show where like it was him, Desi G, Teddy Ray.
Teddy Ray comedy is
Cheyenne Wright.
Shout out Cheyenne.
So that's like the origin stories of the, you know, that.
From that
show to,
Get
you know.
fuck out of here. Wow.
Pulling up there. And then pandemic happened, and we was hopping on IG Live, on Homegrown Radio's IG Live for a little bit on Wednesdays, you know, trying to do the What We Talking About Wednesdays thing.
That shit was popping. It
was
fun.
It was fun. It was like, but once again, like,
you didn't want to be in front
I didn't
of
want to do that.
Yeah.
Like, but I was doing it just
But to the outside world, it was I looked forward to it. So personally, I used to, because we were inside. Like, but we were on Clubhouse half the day. Then, like, you know, we look forward to kind of seeing each other on the screen. Mm-hmm. You know, watch some Netflix in between. Hopefully make some money some way, somehow.
So, yeah. Then from...
that's wild. Not to like get your back, but like you went from 2019 not being, you saying not one of your favorite years.
Yeah.
Then the pandemic happened. Like literally right after that.
Yep. And then so the pandemic for me.
So you like just now like in there? Are you even out of that point?
Yeah, I'm super out of that point.
I'm about to say, it looks like you're pretty up to me. Like it's going up, not in your business or nothing, but
listen, I'm blessed.
That's good.
I'm blessed. Life is grand. You feel me? Like we don't miss nothing or nobody from that time.
Well said. I love it.
Like, what was I gonna say? 2020 September, we shot a in-studio performance of KB Devon. I hope I said his name right. He just got on me about that. But I hope I said his name right. If I didn't, bro, you know my heart. You know my heart.
Yeah.
So we shot his episode we just shot a performance, an in-studio performance, and it was just a 2-man operation. And it was like, we didn't really think much of it. We shot it, did it, turned it in, got paid for it.
Nice.
Went on our way.
Yeah. It was just
And
a
then-
jug. Like, all right, we just gonna do it real quick. Boom,
It was
boom.
like no thoughts of like no nothing. Like,
Right.
and then, you know, like I caught COVID in like the week of Thanksgiving.
God damn.
Yeah, the week
Bro,
of,
what?
the week of Thanksgiving I caught COVID.
So you didn't even taste your Thanksgiving dinner?
Nope.
You're just out here just not even smelling it, just watching.
Nah, bro. Like I was like, I had just moved into my place. So I was by myself, you feel me? By myself on Clubhouse watching Tiny Desk. Watching nothing but Tiny Desk.
Got you.
So then from there, it was like, I started thinking back to the performance that we was doing. And I was like, damn, I think we could do this. I think we could do this like out here for our people. And, you know, of course, I hit Nay and ran it by her. Like, what you think? Like, you think this would be dope if we could do this for like out here? And, you know, Nay, you know, she's the problem solver. So
Shout
she
out,
was already
Nay.
trying to find like the problems. Like, well, what about this? Well, what about this? I was like, you right. I came back a week later, like, all right, well, I got that figured out. Like, what you think now? She's like, well, what Kern say? So then I talked to Kern about it. And then Kern's like, I mean, if you think we could do it, bro, like
That sounds just like
we
Kurt.
can do it.
Show the Kurt.
MJ was like, hey, listen, I'm along for the ride. Whatever we do, whatever we doing, we doing.
Right.
And that's been MJ this whole time, this whole ride. Like, you feel me? Like, I really appreciate, bro, because like just like I said, like I had some real shit going on. He's had real shit going on this whole time. And like nobody ever know it, but he works extremely hard. You feel me? Like he stayed consistent with his shit. So he's been like, you feel me? I couldn't have gotten this far without bro. Right. But so from there, January hit, like December hit, I started hitting niggas up, you know, hit my nigga Tim up, like, yo, like, you know, I know you play the drums. Like, can you get a band together? Like you think you could get a band together? Like, I'm trying to do something. It's like, yeah, I could probably get some guys together.
Shout out Tim too.
You feel me? So then he went and got
so nice on the drums, bro.
Yeah.
Just side note. Sorry.
Yeah. So Tim went and got Iron and Vern, Jean Jacket Vern.
Shout out Vern.
You feel me?
Big Vern.
Big Vern on the keys. Big Vern on
My
the
nigga
keys.
got so many jackets, bro. So
Man,
many
listen,
GJs. So
the
much
denim
denim.
goes crazy.
So much denim. He's
That's
the denim god, bro.
denim man.
Denim lord, bro. He got me. Sorry.
So from there, then, you know, I hit Crystal and I hit you, and we was like, all right, we.
And I like how you just breeze over Crystal, because literally that.
Listen, no, so that situation with Crystal, how I met Crystal,
Yeah,
that also came
Crystal?
from pulling up. I pulled up to her and AJ.
And this is Crystal the
AJ,
DJ.
Crystal the DJ.
Yeah.
Her and AJ was doing like a session. They did like a session where they invited all these rappers in the city at like Airplane James' studio out in NoHo. I pulled up with MJ and my boy Bell. We just pulled up like, fuck it, what's good? And that's like from there, we built that relationship. Then, like I said, I didn't have no job. They put me on at the strip club to shoot videos for the strip club, bro.
Let's go.
Listen, it was listen.
I love this. I love how many different side jugs that led to like the bigger jug, but it's like tight shit.
Yeah, so
you're shooting footage at the strip club.
I'm shooting footage at the strip club.
Can you say what strip club?
Yeah, because it's closed now. Fuck, what is that shit called?
I just wanted to.
Man, what was that shit called?
I'm a connoisseur of the vibe.
Huh? Yeah, V Live in Carson.
That just sounds. That was great.
V Live in Carson.
I didn't go to that time. I remember I heard about that, but I didn't go. I was at Sam's. I was at Sam's going up around that time.
Listen,
it was dark.
it's definitely the opposite of Sam's.
Got you. Okay.
It was quality in there, but it wasn't. It's like not saying like Sam's was better.
Yeah,
but it's if you're going like if you were in Sam's, you weren't looking for what was at V Live.
That was the greatest way to put that. You're so fluid. That was so great.
You were.
I'm trying to think of the nigga that the song "Run Me My Money."
Mm-hmm.
What's this? I don't want to fuck this nigga.
AV.
Thank you. He literally performed at that club, and I went there with radio. And he radio performed for Basketball, and it was AV, and they performed there. And I remember it was the first time I ever see strippers dancing, and them two performing. I was like, "This is the coolest thing ever, bro."
Yeah, bro.
Niggas is throwing money, but I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Like, it was like a belly video. It was great.
It's like during that time, that was definitely like some therapy for sure. Like it was like we was in there till the sun come up because we couldn't get paid till they did the count out. They had to sort all that money.
Ooh, so you going to like Norm's in the morning,
bro?
He's like, that's what did it.
We were like, nah, because they had $2 steaks there, so it was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy, bro.
Shout out Larry Flint Gentlemen's Club with the $2 Tuesdays. Those was good times, man.
So we was in there, and
it's now the library.
I tell everybody, I was like, if you stay at the strip club till like, you know, it's over and the lights come on, your whole thought process about the whole strip club will change.
It's a different kind of
place. It's a whole different thing, and you know, you just start the whole like, oh man, like look at her.
Bro,
it's different.
You know what it is? It was like, I remember when I was a kid and I was riding the Peter Pan ride at Disneyland and it got stuck and all the lights came on and I realized we were just in a big ass like Costco type shit. It fucked me up ever since then. I've been fucked up since. I ain't believe shit.
It's kind of like that.
That, Santa Claus, like it's a lot of shit in my head. I got trust issues, but that's something different. We'll talk about that another pod.
Yeah, so that's how I met Crystal.
Yeah, so that's how you met Crystal.
That's how I met Crystal, the DJ.
I was like, wait, I went down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, I met her and I told her, I was like, yo, I want to give you like an opportunity to do something like outside on camera outside of that. And she was like, all right, I'm with it. So that's when January came around.
And she's nice too. One of the hardest DJs out here. Facts.
Like she's not.
And I'm a DJ and I'm saying that. Like on camera, live. No.
It's not.
You're not just calling her for it. No. You call it's going up. There's no, it goes up. Trust me. I remember MJ's party. I was DJing, popping. She came through on my DJ set, on my computer. Literally looked at my songs, was like, all right. Boom, DJ for like 45. It went somewhere stupid for 45. I'm getting twerked on in the back. That's a whole different story though. So anyway, continue. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just had to do that.
So
That
like
was
January 2021 came around and we shot that first episode. I hit my man Airplane James.
And this is live and unplugged, by the way. So now you got the band.
You got the band.
Host.
You got the host. Shoot, I had 2 hosts at the time.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because we was talking to you.
That's how I even got it. They were like, yo, I want to be your host. I was like, for sure. Then it was just made sense. Crystal just made way more sense. Like literally, just everything. Like Crystal, bro. Crystal DJ, it makes sense, bro. And I was like, well, I still want in on this. I believe in this show. I believe in the concept that you told me. Bro, we worked it out and we've been doing it ever since. So that's how even we came together on that. So I was always like, back up, but it never really needed because I can't do it. She got it, bro. It's her thing.
So it's like from there, I hit Airplane James up, told him once again, somebody.
That's how I met him too.
Somebody that had an idea, like he trusted me, like he trusted that, like you feel me, I wouldn't call him on no bullshit. Right. So like once again, I ain't had like no proof of concept. Like I was like, I'm starting this new thing. Like I want you to come be the first artist on it. So all right, fuck it. So he came, we did that first episode. It went wrong. It went wrong.
That was a long shoot. It
was. You feel me? Because nobody knew.
No,
we was just figuring out. Like it was still a concept.
And I appreciate you always having patience with me, bro. Because I'm not the most patient. You could ask Jordan, anybody, productive coach, anybody's ever worked with me, they just know. All right, like I am, but I'm not. I'm very like Capricorn. It should be like this. We've talked about it. A plus B. You know, it should just work technically. And you're like, bro, this is art. It's a lot of things that could just throw a wrench in, and I learned that even with production. So I even do that, not to cut you off.
Exactly.
Yeah, so, that first episode.
Was wild. We had to shoot it again. We shot it again like a month later. Went much better. Because we got all the equipment that we needed. Like we started out with none of the right equipment. And we came back, got the right equipment, and we was off to the races. We did Airplane James, who like since then he's been on a hell of a run.
Bro, he went on tour like 2-3 months after that.
Yep.
I don't want to say it's because of that, but you know, coincidentally,
I'ma just say
let's just say 90 days later, he was on a flight somewhere.
I'ma just
doing this thing.
You feel me? We like as
God's
a team,
good.
we have a great eye for talent, and we do things that make sense. You feel me? Like we see things going on, we pay attention. We like all of us. You know, is very tapped in with what's going on, who's doing what. So we've been able to, you know, just make the right calls at the right time. Like, you know, bring it in Cheyenne right. I got on the phone with her and told her, like, yo, listen, I want to, like, I know, like, everybody know you can sing. I want to, like, give you a real look. I was like, and I literally told her, like, you ain't never had a look like this. Like, I want to give you a real look. And she came and she showed out.
Did she?
She showed out.
Did she? That's still, I listen to that like just for therapy sometimes, just that episode. I don't watch it sometimes. I'll just have it on the Bluetooth and then just walk around and start cleaning up, start doing things just as a vibe.
It's one
man.
of those. It's really one of those.
And shout out to engineers too on that too.
Shout out Ant Dog.
My nigga Clean.
Mr. Clean.
Yep. Like literally, and I'm doing this all because literally it's real shit. It taught me about production. It literally takes a team. Like there's no way you're just out here. If you want your shit to compete with the real niggas, because I mean, it's niggas everywhere that got, footage. But if you want to be able to have the option to play
I like that footage.
Just,
I like that.
I've been drinking the garnouche, It's a whole thing going on right now. But niggas have footage, but it's like, can I play your shit in the whip? And not even have to look, I could drive, and it just sounds amazing. Like the sound is good. The look is even better. I could put it on without any sound and just have it on in the background. Yeah. If I put it on with the sound, now it's something else,
Yeah, you feel me? It's like, all like every episode, people want to hear, like people would like say like, damn, I wish we could hear this somewhere. You feel me?
Right.
Like we had Dirty Dell on. Dirty Dell's went on to get like major placements on TV shows. Power. You feel
That's
me?
crazy.
Raising Kanan, BMF.
No, facts.
You feel me?
I didn't even think about all that, bro.
You feel me? We had Epic Must Die, which is, I also manage him. Co-manage him. I'm a part of Greenwood with my man Aaron. So,
Oh my! So you managed? So how did? Okay. We exclusive. No, I'm messing with you.
Honestly, I co-manage him. I don't really handle like the day-to-day shit. Like, Aaron handles like the majority of like the day-to-day, the music, pulling up to the studios and going out to the functions and stuff. I really manage like the creative side, the rollout. Yeah. Like I bring what makes sense.
I'm glad you took your whole ability to doing that now, because the rollout, even the way you do the podcast, the live and unplugs, when you roll those out, it's always seamless, like looks wet, and even I'll give that to Kern too. Even with the edit and all that, it goes wet, man.
Yeah.
So doing those episodes, how'd you push that to the next level with West Coast Confidential? How did it lead to that? Like
that was a situation where my big homie Silas, Brian Silas, he had a vision for a show, and he was putting it together. I found out from Crystal that it was going on. Like Crystal said something, and I just called bro. I was like, yo, I'm hearing that you got something going on that requires cameras. I
love it.
Like, what's the deal? Like, who you gonna get to shoot it?
Closed mouths don't get fed.
Closed mouths don't get fed. So, we was able to work something out. I brought my man Kern, of course, brought Jalen along. Nay is the production manager over there as well. She helps like Nay is like really like the nigga out here. Like that, like people be like giving me props, but Nay really the nigga out here. Like,
yeah.
She like gets a lot of this shit in order. She like, for the West Coast, she does a lot of producing over there, like gets the scripts together and everything. So,
and West Coast Confidential, people that don't know, it's
a music video.
Yeah.
Music video. It's like 106 in Park, like the new 106 in Park. Well, that's what Sway said, so y'all argue with Sway.
Talk your shit.
Sway said it was a new 106 in Park, with Gina Views and Crystal the DJ.
Yeah.
So they show the newest videos, and they show off their chemistry and talk about what's going on in the world.
Too. It's so tight. I argued a couple of those top 10, top 5 choices, but we'll talk about that another. I have Gina on here. I have Crystal on here. We'll talk about it then. Cause
listen, man.
A couple of them, I was like, hey man, come on, bro. Why does that Baby Keem one that one time? I'm still mad about that. Hey. And it was right when that song dropped. I'll say it on here. I said it. It was me. He said, what is that?
Listen, man, you feel me? That's the point.
Yeah, I know, but it starts the conversation.
That is the point. Like, you feel me? As long as you talking about it, like, you feel me? We winning.
That's tight, man.
So
you have that show now.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I do want to shout out the other guests that came on Live and Unplugged. Griff Tyler, who went on to have a great,
for sure,
great, had his float with Issa Rae's company. You feel me? Lost Sound and PJ, his management, all of them. They
so talented too, bro. That was great. These are all available. All these episodes, please go to Breaking Ground TV network. Go.
Hey Dion went on. He came in and did an episode.
He's with Snoop, right?
Yeah, he signed to Def Jam
That's
West.
crazy.
He signed to Def Jam West right after. You feel me? Right after he came on.
So this show is like.
I'm not saying none of that. Like, I'm not saying none of that. Y'all but you feel me? I'm just providing the puzzle. Y'all put it together.
Talk your shit.
You feel me? But and then Sham 1016, which he's about to have a crazy year. I got 2 of his projects in my phone right now, and they're both crazy.
See, I gotta hear some of that.
So
man.
and he does you feel me? He also did the logo for A Seat at the Table. So he's hella talented, and you know he went on tour too after. So you know, and then we had La Diamond Blue. She's
hard.
Really, you feel me?
And all these people's from Los Angeles, by the way. A Los Angeles area. But then you have Stevie on there too.
To close it out, you feel me? To make sure, you feel me? Close it out with the IE. You feel me?
Have to bring it back there, man. What we got in store for season 2? Any
Season 2, you feel me? Listen, man.
we
focused on A Seat at the Table right now.
Yeah, all right.
I got what? We just dropped episode 2 on Tuesday. So
let's talk about A Seat at the Table, man. That's MJ and
Sam Gundy.
Sam Gundy, yes.
Sam Gundy. That show, you know, it comes out every Tuesday for the foreseeable future. For right now, you feel me? We got a lot more episodes. Y'all be on the lookout for that.
Well, explain that kind of show. Like, what's the concept
of
that show? Because I love the title, Seat at the Table.
You feel me?
That's fire.
We presenting like a space for everyone to come and just creatives, innovators to just come and, you know, have a roundtable discussion.
Yeah.
You feel me? To be able to share stories, talk about experiences. Like,
who was the first? I remember you had
the first show had
Artistic?
Our DJ Artistic and Mary.
Yeah. And who's Mary again?
Mary, she is
just quick, my bad. I'm just curious.
She's the executive director of the PAC project.
Wow.
So she does a lot of things in the community with the homeless and, you know, the less fortunate, underprivileged people in our land here. Yeah. And then she also works with my guy Mars on After Church. After Church LA.
Popping.
Yeah, so you know, she's doing her thing. And then the episode we just dropped had PJ Compton from HBO's Sweet Life.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yep.
And then
Butter.
That
show's tight too,
yeah. Butter, who's a Nike athlete, you know, he has the Keep It Run 100.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. So these are all available.
On the Breaking Ground.
Breaking Ground TV network.
Grounds, yeah.
So before we wrap, you know, I know we gotta go. You know, I know you're busy, bro, and I appreciate you coming on the Big Cali World podcast. And the point I have this podcast is because, you know, I know people listen to this, and I like people to know it's possible. You know, like, and it takes work, and it takes a lot of, you know, things that a lot of people don't talk about. And like everyone will look and be like, "Oh, you got all these shows you doing?" Like, bro. Listen. Like, I was coming from Victorville, like, just to hopefully get a shot, you know? Listen. Like, so what advice would you say, or what would you want to give to probably the person that hears this, like, hey, man, I want to do this, but I don't even know, it sounds good, but you're just lucky, or I don't know, whatever they may think. Like, what's some advice you have for them?
My advice to them is just to make sure that this really what you want to do, because this shit ain't what it look like. You feel me? It ain't like, it looks lit right now. Like over here with me and my team, it looks hella lit right now, but it ain't always like this. Like it ain't even like that. Like it's still not like that every day.
Facts.
You feel me? Like, so yeah, it's popping. You feel me? It looks like it's going crazy, but we still got everyday shit. But you got to be able to balance your everyday shit that you got going on. Like life don't stop just because I'm creating shows. You feel me?
Facts.
So it's like, but you still gotta have the discipline to be like, yeah, like this what I do though, so I'm gonna keep my consistency up. It's all about consistency. We didn't really see no real recognition until we got hella consistent and got disciplined with our consistency.
I love it.
You feel me? Like the quality is always has always been there for the time that it was. You feel me? And that's what we like really, we hone, like we strive for that to make sure that, you feel me, like somebody may have more money, somebody may have more followers, but y'all not gonna out quality us, like at all. So just staying at it, perfecting your shit, like loving your shit on the days that it ain't good. Like, you feel me? Being like, not seeing opportunity without a paycheck, like knowing what, like, but knowing how not to get used. You feel me? Like, and just not taking nothing personal. Like shit happens, nigga. Like shit
That's
happens.
the fact. Right
You
there.
know,
That's the one I'm working on myself, man.
It ain't no time for feelings in this shit.
Facts.
It ain't no time for feelings in this shit. Like, and that's something that, you know, like I've worked on, you feel me? Everybody in my team has worked on, because it's like, you know, weird shit happens every day from everybody. But it's like, if I react over every weird little thing that popped off in life over this journey, I wouldn't even be here right now. Like, niggas wouldn't look at me the way that they look at me. Like, and it's not because I just let anything roll, but it just be like, nigga, I don't care. Like, nigga, I'm still going forward.
Right.
Like, my mission at the end of the day is going forward. You feel me? My mission is world dominance.
Talk your shit.
So it's like, we gonna keep going regardless. Like, as long as this motherfucker's still going straight, that's all. That's the only thing that matters.
Right.
As long as we going straight and we going up, and even if we dip down, like, we see that it's gonna go back up though.
Facts.
That's all that matters, bro.
It's all about the consistency.
It's
in
all
the
about the
process.
consistency and getting and
falling in love with the process.
I mean, you ain't even got, like, it's like, yeah, fall in love with it, but like, even falling in love with it is extra, because it's like, love is just a feeling. That shit fades away. You feel me? Like, that shit fades away.
Damn.
Like, you may not.
That was it.
I don't love it. Like, I don't love like my phone blowing up every day.
Right.
But if my phone not blowing up, then that means I ain't making no money at this point.
Facts.
So it's like, you just got, once you got love with trying to get to the point that you're trying to get to, but then when you get to it, you got to recalibrate and like, all right, what's the next thing? Never get caught just sitting up there watching your highlights.
Right.
Like, all that shit that we done did, it's like, it's cool. It's cool. Like, it's like, we did that. You feel me? Like, people can go back and watch that, but that ain't doing, like, we got to keep doing stuff in order for people to keep wanting more stuff from us and for it to matter. Because the moment that you stop, like, the next nigga gonna just come by. Like Jay-Z says, a nigga that's like eating cereal right now, and he gonna want your spot.
Quit.
And like, you feel me? And like Jay said, shit, it's another camera nigga, another producer that's like, that's hungry right now.
Right.
That wanna be where we at, and you feel me? Hopefully we find that nigga and get him over here with us.
Right, man. Nah, bro, that was a bar. No, I hope everyone heard that. Wherever listens, that was a lot of gym. That was bar. That was real shit. But, you know, tell people where we can find all of your, you know, material, all your, you know, visuals, people, even stuff you touch, like anything. Like, go ahead, this your time. Shout out everything, man.
You can check out everything underneath Breaking Ground TV. Is breaking with no G. You feel me?
I love you.
No G.
Silent.
You feel me?
I love that.
Breaking Ground TV. It's a link tree in the bio. You can tap that. It'll have everything there. You can scroll down, look at that. My Instagram is Production by Rob. No S, just Production. You feel me? Make sure y'all check out Created 365. You feel me? I'm their plus size model, you know.
Yeah, what's up, Kern? I'm waiting for mine. You know, one day I'll get my 3X, my 2X, you know, joggers, but we'll just throw that out there.
You feel me?
You know, I just had to do that.
But, like, before I get out of here, I want, it's about to be real lengthy, but I want to shout out everybody on my team.
Bro, do your thing,
I
bro.
want to shout out, like, Kern, Nay, MJ, Mr. Clean, and Dog, Stacy, Andrea, Sam Gundy, Gio, Jalen. Am I missing somebody, y'all? Huh? Ra, F-boy Ra. Mars, shout out to Mars. Ice, you know, Ice, he just came on. Shout out to DJ Ice. Tim,
shout out Tim.
Vern, Iron, Mikael, Kristen.
I love Nay knows on it. Nay's pumping for people out here. Nay's giving the name. She knows he's off top. That's how efficient Nay is, man. Shout out Nay, most of all.
Keish out there in Vegas. Fucking Kayla, you feel me? That's our young girl on the staff. LJ, she's another young person on the staff. You feel me? Dope. I'm getting kind of older, so we gotta reach back and get some fresh blood in here.
Get some fresh blood. I
you feel me? So, if I don't think, did I forget anybody? I think, you feel me, if people be popping in the DMs like, you forgot about me. Shout out Asia too, because she just got on my head about not having her in my international women's. Oh, shout out Chantel, she just got hired.
You just shut down. What's up, man?
So yeah, shout out to everybody. You feel me? We just gonna keep going up.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all, go subscribe to my YouTube channel. You feel me? Breaking Ground TV.
Of course.
Big Cali, of course. Shout out to Big Cali. You feel me?
No, and
He's important in our live and unplugged facet of things, and he doing his thing over here.
Appreciate you, man. Nah, and I appreciate you coming on. And trust me, like I said, like I look at you as a colleague, a mentor. I always come at you. I always be like, hey, I call you like, I need to pick your brain, bro. I just want to know what you're thinking on this. Like, and I just throw you some shit.
And that's another thing. Like, you feel me? I take calls from all types of people, and people be like, you should charge, and I just feel bad. Like, I don't feel like I should charge to talk to niggas. You feel me? Like,
right.
It's not that serious. It's not that serious. You feel me? Like, now, if you want me to do something with my hands, then we gotta talk about
I love it. I respect it. All right, man. But nah, man. For this podcast and Argoon Radio, you can go to BigCaliWorld.com.
Yeah.
Also subscribe to my YouTube channel, Big Cali World. Rate, review, follow. Please, we need them. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Follow, subscribe. Tell your homegirl, tell your mama, tell your auntie. It is a vibe, man. And also shout out Productive Culture for all your podcast, audio, visual needs. They hook it up here. You see, it could look like this. Hit up JMKM. Go to productiveculture.com/Big Cali World podcast. /podcast. So sorry. It's been a while since I said the spill. Yeah, go to productiveculture.com/podcast. And how did you hear about a section? Put in Big Cali World, put in Argoon Radio. You get that special discounted rate. And shout out UTB, you know what it is, and
man. One more thing.
Go ahead, baby, go ahead.
One more thing. To all the people that's watching that know me, like, I'm not Hollywood. He just got hella lights in here right now, so that's why I got these glasses. So like, don't try to start calling me Hollywood.
Because you had the shades on, you too cool, bro. I told her it looked great. It looks great. I love it.
Listen, man.
I love shades, Rob. I'm with that. I think you should like adapt that. Also like Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis swag. Just like we never know what your eyys look like.
It's either shades or the shiesty mask, because I can hide my facial expressions.
Oh my Lord.
So.
I hope we got that. That was great.
All right, y'all.
But I appreciate you, Rob, for real, man. This your boy, it's the man with the plan. I ain't Clark Kent, but some ladies do call me Superman. It's your boy, Big Cali, feeling good, feeling great as usual. BigCaliWorld.com. Subscribe, all that, man. Let's go. Peace.
Big Cali World all the time, extra lit, extra lit, extra lit. Big Cali World all the time, extra lit, extra lit.